Hi everyone. I'm here with my son Varun, who is getting ready to go overseas and compete in the Worlds. He came back a few months ago and he won the world title for blue belt. So that was a very, very interesting fight. And I'm going to go into that a little bit more in detail. But let's talk about that fight. It was filled with drama, especially before the fight. So sort of tell everyone what actually happened, because it's not something that most people experience whenever they go into a competition, especially not fighting.
Yeah. So in jiu-jitsu or like any weight sport, there's a process called cutting weight, which is basically where you have to lose like a big amount of weight in a very short period of time in a pretty unhealthy way, just so that you can maintain a size and a strength advantage, okay, or not have a disadvantage.
So how much did you have to lose?
So for me, I had to cut about 7 kilos in a month.
Yeah.
Yeah. So I did about forget how many kilos. I think I did about 5 kilos in like through diet.
Yeah.
In the last 2 through water.
Yeah. Wow.
So the water weight is lost during the week of the fight. So through that week, I was like depriving myself of a lot of carbs, not eating all that much, and basically manipulating my salt and fluid intake.
And still fighting and training.
Yeah, I mean, yeah. This is just like standard process for everyone in like combat sports. So that isn't anything special.
Yes.
But when it came to the day of the fight, like so basically it turns out my scales were a little heavy.
Yes.
And I was a little bit overweight. So in the morning I had to rush to like a gym to sauna out the weight. So I had to like sweat it all out. So I was in the sauna for about an hour.
Yeah.
And just like after that I thought I was good for the weight. It turns out that the flooring was uneven and my scale was a little heavy.
Yes.
So after that, I thought I was good. I went to the comp, tested myself on the scale, and then it turns out I was 1 kilo over when I arrived to the comp. So basically, I called my friend up. I was like, "Hey man," it was like, and I hadn't seen him for like 2 months at that point. It was like, "Hey bro, sorry, I don't mean to be rude." I said it a lot rudely. I was more like, "Get over here now.
Yes.
I need to drill to lose the weight."
Yes.
And so we went to the warm-up area and I just started drilling like one move on him for like 2 hours.
2 hours?
Just to lose the weight.
Wow.
And basically I was just like sweating out the water weight.
Yes.
Basically. So I'd drill a little bit for about like 30 minutes, pat myself down with a towel to get all the water off, go weigh myself, and I was losing the weight fairly quickly. And it seemed to be going on track, but then at some point I just stopped losing weight. So that was an experience that was like not fun. I was kind of freaking out.
Yes.
Not like going crazy. I wasn't like physically or like reacting or anything. It was like, oh shit. but I went. So basically, I ended up having to cut my hair. And I think it was like the sweat got caught in my hair, and basically I had like these beautiful golden locks.
Big, lot of hair like that.
Yeah, I had like some really nice hair. I'm actually kind of missing it right now. But anyway, my friend, he ran over to the medics and he got scissors. And then he put my head over the bin and cut it, and he gave me a haircut that made me look kind of homeless, like I'm straight out of 14th Street.
Yes.
But it was alright. I ended up going up and fighting and winning.
Yeah. So how was your sort of like your mental approach? You've just gone through this drama. You're going, oh my God, I might not be able to fight. You know, what was that like just before you fought? How did you turn yourself on?
I don't know, I was just yelling at people to get me water.
Yes.
I was like, get me water, get me a Gatorade.
Yes.
But my first fight, I just fought dehydrated, and I was like, okay, fuck, I'm just gonna have to fight dehydrated right now.
Wow.
And then I went up there, the kid was kind of shit, so I just kind of bashed him. And then and then I ended up like, so it just came off, and then I still hadn't gotten any water by my second fight. Yeah. So then I was just like, oh, okay, I'm gonna have to do this second one like really dehydrated again.
Wow.
And then fought that one. That kid wasn't too great either. So he wasn't that much of a challenge. They just kind of ran through him. And then I was finally able to like get some water in me and everything. Yeah. But in terms of my mindset, it was like it was like, yeah, I'm gonna do jiu-jitsu. Like it's not. I mean, for me, it's just the comp. It isn't like that big of a deal. Like I mean, I do this kind of like for shits and gigs, not really. Yeah. Not really. It's like a full-on thing. But but yeah. And then I got some Barocca in me, and I was able to power up.
Okay. So let's talk a little bit very, very quickly regarding you know, we have having a good conversation regarding a learning mentality versus a competition mentality. What are your views around learning and practicing versus the competition?
I mean, for me, it's all in the same for me, right? Like, when I go into the gym, I treat it as a competition. Like, I mean, it doesn't mean I'm like sizing everyone up or whatever, but it means like when I train like it's a comp. Like I play the exact game that I do in competition. I recreate the situation.
Yes.
And you know, certain rounds you recreate like the nerves and things that you get for the comps.
Yeah.
So basically over there, like I don't see training as like a time to make mistakes. I'm going to make no mistakes whatsoever. But if it happens there's a mistake, then I'm going to fix it up. Okay. And then and that's like how I like process my learning. So I don't like
so that's
it's like what do you call it? It's like I analyze it, go back, look at it, fix it up. It's not like I'm gonna try something like wildly new, whatever. Like just something that's like so retarded, it's like not even productive. You know?
So that sort of comes to my one point I want to talk about is that the emphasis on continual learning and improvement. Is this something that's been important for you? As I know you started at a really early age, and tell us about. Is this something that you see as being important and contributing to your success?
Well, I mean, you don't if you're not progressing, you're regressing, right?
Yes.
So, so it's like at least in training, like I try and like learn little things here and there. Like sometimes it doesn't need to be some massive change, but it's just like so let's say it's a little detail of like my hand or whatever. It's like, and then that can change. But like certain little things can change everything about like
the result.
how you do it, right? So like a little thing like jiu-jitsu, like if your elbow's out here compared to here, that can be the difference between winning a match and losing. You know.
Fair enough.
So yeah, it's just about like. For me now, it's more about little changes, but at the start, it was more about big changes and like, you know, going through like, finding the right coaching, the right techniques, putting yourself in an environment with people that can get take you up. I can get you that spot, and just like, you know, and also, you know, you just like as you progress through those things, you kind of get your own feel for it too. Like you kind of are able to teach yourself, as well as you get more experience and have like a little bit of the correct exposure. So like right now, I do like a lot of self coaching back home. Again, when I'm not in New York training. So and that's like that allows me to like it just kind of. So once you get the foundation, then you're kind of able to like help yourself a little bit.
Fair enough. Well, you're off to New York again. This time to go to the Worlds as a purple belt. So, you know, we're going to be following your progress very closely.
Really?
Yes.
I wouldn't expect that.
And I thank everyone. We'll keep you updated with this progress. Thank you, and look forward to seeing you all very shortly.